Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M12, it's the Tier 7 American SPG, and it's located on the... which one is it? It's the northeast spawn of Highway under the command of FendaBenda. And game is about to start. Okay, we're off. Now I think you can see that the M12 is based on the hull of an M3. The M3 Lee, and it's got a 155mm howitzer, which is actually of a French design, and it can do 700 alpha if it hits the target and penetrates. Okay, he's moving off to the south, moving away from the spawn point, and I think this is his firing position. He's decided he's going to shoot from the enemy at the enemy from here. And he's got an early target, so T-52 making its way towards the city. It's not fully dialed in, so he holds his fire for the moment. But he fires around in there and unfortunately just hits the railway carriages. But off to the north we can see a VK3001P, and he's attacking some of our teammates, as well as the Skoda T25, and both of them have been wiped out. But the Skoda T25... no, he's still there and he's still engaging a Cromwell. Okay, FendaBenda fires a snapshot in, but unfortunately it's just a little too late to catch the Skoda. Sometimes it's better to hold your fire on the snapshot because you never know what the enemy's going to do next. And that Skoda is taking damage from that Cromwell. In fact, actually, it's not just the Cromwell that's firing at him, there's an A43 there as well. And FendaBenda gets the kill. He put the shell nearby so that the splash could take him out. Okay, we've got a Hellcat over there. Now, the reload time is normally about 27.7 seconds. But of course, if you get a rammer and a good crew, it can take a smaller amount of time. But a Jagdpanzer 4 and an AMX 1375, he fires at that one, and it moves away, but he still splashes it for 202. There's a whole bunch of enemy tanks in that corner. And the other Arty on the team fires at the Jagdpanzer 4, and unfortunately we lose sight of it before the shell hits it, so we don't know how much damage was done there. But you can see that FendaBenda is firing off quick shot after quick shot at the enemy. The problem is really we haven't got people close enough to actually spot for us. But in the town we have got some people close enough to spot, so we might switch targets. An EBR Hotchkiss there. It's a Tier 7 French wheeled vehicle. Round out. Oh, he did get something close to it because he got one hit point of splash. And we do have an IKV-65 and a Panzer IV Schmalten in the field, or nearby, so they can spot that Hotchkiss if he tries to make a run at the cap. So FendaBenda is now going to go after the heavy tanks in the city, and he's got an IS and a KV-85 there. Going for the IS. Rounds out. Nearby hit. A splash for 199. If he can keep them stunned, that will help that KV-122. Almost loaded. He's trying to work out which is the best angle to shoot at. Well, I think he's going to go after the IS, but he's moved away from that corner. And the KV-122 decided to go round the corner now, so he can't fire without damaging that 122. So he's now switching back to the field quickly, and there's the Hotchkiss, and he's been wiped out. The IKV got him. Okay, so we're now looking for other targets. There's an FV304 has been spotted in the field area, but we've lost sight of him. And all the enemy tanks in the town, in the city, have been killed. Now, there's only one tank up at the moment on the enemies, so it's still neck and neck. Just need to see where that FV304 is. Well, looks like FendaBenda is going to move close to the city, and whilst he's on the move, he was having a quick look around in battle assistant mode. It got a bit confusing for a second. Yes, he's motoring forwards, and that's why the screen and the rescue are shaking. He's not looking in this direction, but he is now, and I think he's guessing that the enemy Arty must be in that corner. That is one of the favoured spots. It's not always they go in there, but it's worth a shell. He fires a round in. No result. There's two enemy Artys on their side. A GW Panther, which is the Tier 7 German, and the FB304, which is the Tier 6 British SPE. And it looks like his teammate, who's in the M44, is also doing some counter battery, just blind firing at some of the bushes with the hope of catching one of the enemy Arty. Well, it's fairly obvious that the FB304 has moved back to his own cap area because they didn't spot him in the field where he was last seen. So he must be somewhere we can get shots on our team. And it's a reasonable guess that he might be in this little corner here where the trees are and the bushes. But he's found a Firefly over in the northwest corner, dialing in. Not quite there. 3 seconds, 2, and he's fired already. And I don't think he got any damage there. Now, an enemy Hellcat's been spotted, and there's that Jagdpanzer IV, which is also based on the chassis of the Panzer IV. And he's been killed. The M44 got him. So we're still looking for the enemy Artys. He's blind fired at a bush. Our KV-122's got to the top of the hill, but he hasn't spotted the Arty yet. Though if the Arty does fire at him, there's a good chance he might spot them. He's not neglecting that Firefly in the corner. He's blind fired around in there, but that leaves him on only 9 rounds to go. One of the problems with the M12 is that it doesn't carry a lot of ammunition. In fact, they actually had to have a special vehicle that didn't have the gun, but it's the same chassis as the M12, and that would carry all the ammunition. Okay, T-34-100, dialing in, lining him up, rounds out, and a splash hit for 104. And it looks like he got hit immediately afterwards as well. The Firefly's got very close to our cap area. He's being engaged by the T-34-100. I don't think that that FendaBenda's actually noticed that. Oh, he has now. There you go. There's the Firefly. He's being chased back down the hill by that T-34-100. As you know, the Firefly's armed with the 17-pounder. Oh, FendaBenda fires around it. Oh, he got a direct hit on the Firefly and took him out. But he did stun his own teammate in the process. I think he might get fined for that. Well, the Hellcat's been spotted, so's the T-34-100. Comes out. No, he didn't get any damage on that one either. Well, now they're in a bit of a pickle. And the pickle is because it's 2 versus 4, because all his tanks, all his team have been killed. And now he's having to face a Hellcat, a T-34-100, the FB304 and the GW Panther on his own. Only the M44 for support. The M44 is headed towards the city, and there's the Burt, the FB304, and he's auto-aimed on, but decided to change course, and this is quite a wise move because the Burt fires quite well in TD mode, but what FendaBenda's doing is getting really close to make the shell count. And he shotguns the FB304, wipes him out. That's what really helps, actually. If you've got a high caliber weapon like a 155mm, you get close. Even the splash should be enough to kill the enemy, even if you miss them directly. But he got really close, right up in front of him, and shot him in the face. Okay, so that's one of them down. Just got to kill the other Arty. And there's the T-34-100, and he's going after our M44. Dialing in. He's sitting in that car park. We're loaded. Ready to go. Dialed in and rounds out. Kill shot. 223 hit points. Saves his M44, but we found the Hellcat, and he's going after the M44. And the M44 has just wiped out the Hellcat with a shotgun. So that means now it is only the GW Panther that's left on the enemy team. He's got 3 kills, so he's a good player. So this has turned from a 2 versus 4 to a 2 versus 1 fight now. The odds are really in their favour. Now the M12 is not a very fast Arty, as it's based on the M3 chassis. It's fairly slow. The M44 is a lot faster, but that's because it's based on the Walker Bulldog chassis. We're making a beeline over to the enemy cap as quickly as we can, because there's not much time left, and they might need to cap out. If they can't find the GW Panther, they'll have to cap out. They need to get into the cap as quickly as possible. The minimum time necessary for capping out alone is 100 seconds, 1 minute 40. There's still plenty of time to do that. And there's the GW Panther, he's been spotted. And FendaBenda stops to take aim. And the M44 shotguns the GW, but it doesn't kill him, and the GW's just killed our M44. And that's a kill shot to win the game. And win a counter battery as well. Wow, that was a last minute victory for the team. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it's a second class tanker for FendaBenda in the M12. He also picked up a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 5, a counter battery for killing both of the enemy Arty, and of course the bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 14 in that one. And he did win it for his team. It was the Arty that carried the battle for their team, because they wiped out all of the remaining members. And the win rate for that game was 2,069, which is very good indeed. So let's have a look at team score. Well, surprisingly, he didn't get the highest damage in that game. That went to the Tiger P, who got 1,828 hit points of damage. Then came the M44 with 1,765, but sadly, of course, he was killed by the GW Panther. And then came FendaBenda with 1,406 hit points. After that, the kills, well, it was FendaBenda who had the highest amount there. He got 5 kills. Then we had the GW Panther who had 4 kills, and the M44 who had 3. And when it came to base XP, it was the M44 who won. He got 1,032 base experience points. FendaBenda got 834, and then the Tiger P managed to get 747. So, detail report. He fired 17 rounds in that game, got 4 direct hits, 1 penetration, and 11 splash. Damage of 1,406 hit points, of which 1,260 were at more than 300 meters. He damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 5 of them, and did damage assistance of 86 hit points and stun assistance of 412 hit points off 6 stuns. On a free-to-play account, he earned 19,354 credits, and after ammunition resupply, he took away 314 credits. Yes, unfortunately, it can be expensive on ammo, but there you go. That's the number of shots that he fired. And he earned 834 base XP times 2 for the first victory of the day. Took away 1,668 experience points altogether. So he called this replay MAGA, Make America Great Again. And of course, the highway map is based on America. And it is an American Arty that he was playing. And in fact, it was both American Arties, the M44 of that gentleman's name, Oberlin 200, and congratulations to him. His win rate was 5235, so he was very good in that game, and he did do a lot of damage on the enemy. He hit 8 enemy tanks and killed 3 of them, but sadly he saw that GW, got a shotgun in, but it wasn't enough to wipe out that GW, and the GW got him, but not before he managed to get 1,765 hit points off 22 shots. So congratulations to him. And of course, congratulations to FendaBenda for getting a counter battery and of course carrying the battle for his team. Because although he didn't get a huge number of kills during that game, he did get enough to make it count. It was 1/3 of the enemy team fell to his gun, and some really good shooting towards the end. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.